live from my $14 billion studio. Yep, this chair, Gucci brand, cost me $9 million. I'm not lying. If you say I'm lying, unsubscribe. We're gonna sit down here and tell a dramatic story. Just ignore Mike Tyson. Don't look at him wrong. He'll buck you up. So this video was highly requested. I say highly requested. Not like people just randomly told me to tell it. I was like thinking of content and funny stuff, and I was like, bro, story times. Because I had a couple people message me and was like, dude, I like story times. We get to relate with you and like hear you talk directly to us instead of just make us laugh. And you always make it funny. So do that. Now I got to do what that crazy lady on YouTube said the other day and be like,
if you're related to Mario, you don't want to watch this video.
So just to let you know, the video is bad, but it's not bad on my part. That's not trying to make me look better. What makes it funny and crazy is the girl. Just stick it out. It's worth it. All right, here we go, boys. Generational trauma about to affect all of your families. So I was 19 years old. I know, man, golden age, bro. Think you're bulletproof, everything is easy, and you just spend money on whatever. So just to be clear, I was 19 years old and single at this time. I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I'm working in the plant. Life is sucking. I'm making more money than I know what to do with. I have hardly any bills other than helping my mom out with stuff. And I was like, man, all I do is work my life away. So I finally got a point where I got 4 days off in a row. So I've been single for a few weeks. I've got nothing to do. I've got 12 grand in the bank. And I'm like, bro, I'm not getting no female attention right now because all I do is work and nobody sees my face anywhere. So your boy's like, well, family's gone. Nobody's doing nothing. I'm going to try out
Tinder.
Just to be clear, this was my second time trying Tinder. First one's not even worth it. And no, nothing happened in the first one. The girl just turned out to be really weird and I made her get out of my truck. But this one.
Oh, man.
Make my Tinder account, put your pictures on there, go through the whole process. Whatever, you don't care. Couple hours goes by, I get a match. And when you get a match on Tinder, it's because you swiped right and the other person swiped right. So y'all matched on each other. Now, I was 19 years old. I was not going through and looking at everybody. I just held my phone and was hoping for a match. I was literally just going swiping right on everything.
Which is not good, because there's a bunch of dudes that identify as women on Tinder, so you'll get a bunch of dudes matching with you, and you're like, why in the fuck does this dude have a beard and makeup on?
If you've been on Tinder, you know what I'm talking about. By the way, I don't use Tinder anymore. I don't use any sort of dating sites. But at this time, 19 years old, my mindset was a lot different. So I matched with this girl. I'm not gonna say her name, but she lives in Nederland. Nope, she got a cute face. She looks good. She looks well put together. She's smiling in one of them. And I'm like, oh, she's got nice teeth. That's good. Her hair looks decent. It was not any exotic colors. Like, she looked like a normal person. I was like, oh, well, she looks like she'd be a pretty good person. I mean, maybe we'll see what she's doing. So, if I didn't tell you already, the only pictures she had, they were all her face, but they were from the shoulders up. That is it. There's no telling what this female looks like from the bottom down. There's no telling. I'm texting her on Tinder, get her number, everything's good. We talk for probably about 2 hours. She's like, hey, I'm supposed to go to the movie theater with some friends, but if you want to hang out, I'll cancel my movie plans. So me, being lonely as hell, bunch of money in the bank, nothing to do, I'm like, well, shit, yeah, bro, let's hang out. So she's like, cool, come pick me up at my house. So I drive out to where her house is. It's a small little street, and right across the road is this little store. So instead of pulling in her driveway, I've always been weird about pulling in people's houses. I pulled up at the store so she could just walk directly across the road. It's a small road. It's not a busy road. She's got to walk across. Also, it happens to be pouring down rain, so keep that in mind.
So, sitting in my truck, and got the bed in my truck facing her house, so I can, and my truck was tinted, if y'all know that, so nobody could see in, but I could see out. And I'm looking in the rear view, waiting for her to come out the door. Don't really know what she looks like I said. It's pouring down rain, looking in the rear view, waiting on her to come out, and I'm like, I wonder if she'll ever come out. Well, eventually the door opens, and she walks out.
Let's just say she did not look how she was supposed to look. So she walks out of the house, and I'm like looking her up and down, and I'm like, hopefully that's not actually her. Why would I not want that to be her, you may ask?
Well, because she was 6'2" and 240 pounds.
She looked like LeBron James if LeBron James was white. So she gets across the road. I'm getting nervous. I'm anxious. My truck is locked. So she comes up, goes to pull on the handle. The door doesn't open. I had a moment where I contemplated not unlocking it, putting it in drive, and driving my ass back home and regretting my decision before it happened. But I had this overwhelming anxiety that slapped me in the face, and I hit the unlock button, and then she jumped in, and I definitely, overestimate when I say jumped in. She definitely didn't jump, so there was no jumping involved. And she's like, well, we can't go in my house because I have some friends in there, but there's a hardware store down the road. So, oh, why did I fucking do this, dude?
Trust me, the story gets good. And no, I did not bang this chick. This is what makes the story so bad, is I didn't bang her. It was that bad. It was that fucking bad.
So, we get down the road, pull into the hardware store. Bullshitting, talking about life. For an hour, dude. An hour. For 1 hour, she sat in my passenger seat. I sat in the driver's seat. I was not wanting it, but I was already in the situation, and I couldn't find a way out of the situation. So I made a bad decision. There was a risky decision, and then found myself trapped in my truck
With a fucking whale.
Dude, I'm so glad I don't know anybody that lives out here, because I would hate to run into one of my buddies out here. An hour passes of us talking about life and bullshit, and I'm hoping that if I just keep talking about random shit, that this woman will get bored and ask me to take her home. But she did not ask me to take her home. So, unfortunately, she looks over at me and she's like, well,
Are you gonna ask to see him?
I looked at her and my mind started wandering, and I was like, I really don't want to see him. And she had this blue dress on with it had no top straps. Women know what I'm talking about. It was a dress. I guess it's considered a dress, but it only come up to the top. She pulled them out.
Now, the boys are like, that's a good thing. This was not a good thing at all. This was bad. This was catastrophic, dude.
This girl's melons were so sweaty, they were glycerin, dude. I almost had a sparkle in my rearview mirror. And then she had the nerve to lean over my console, about crack the fucking console in half. And then she's like,
Do you wanna suck on him?
bro, I looked at this woman like,
No, I don't know. That's not my thing. I don't really I don't do that. I'm just more of a visual guy. I like to look. And if I look, I'm good. That's it. That's all I need.
so naturally she's like, oh, well, I like it when people suck on them. And I'm like, well, that's not fucking happening, Becky. I'm gonna overdose on salt if it touches my fucking lips. Trust me, this story gets disgusting. Just give me a minute. So eventually, she finally pulls them back up, because I'm like, oh, what if somebody drives by and sees, you don't want them to see your titties out, that'd be so embarrassing. Now, as y'all know, my longtime subscribers, my truck was tinted like the president was driving that bitch. There was nobody that could have seen anything, but she didn't know that, and I did not want her to know that. Next thing I know, she reaches over, grabs my hand, and runs it up her leg. Ooh, fuck, man, fuck. Do you want to know what I discovered when she ran my hand up her leg? And trust me, there was a slight resistance. As she was sliding it up her leg, I was trying to bring it back to my face. Well, not my face, because that would have, you know what would have happened if it would have, my hand would have went to my fucking face. I would have had the stone cold stunner her fat ass. But anyway, she runs my hand up her leg. As she does it, she slides up her little skirt thing. I'd be damned if there wasn't more than a 5 o'clock shadow on this muffin.
Dude, this cooter cat had a fucking mullet, dude. It looked like Joe Diffie in the 90s. Oh. What the fuck is that?
This girl, after she already offered me to suck on her melons and I turned her down, had the audacity to be like,
Well, do you eat cooter?
fresh, I do. Like Subway sandwich fresh. That is not fresh, girl. That is dead. It is fucking dead. It died a long time ago, and you've been carrying a fucking dead cooter around. You need to hit that thing with some damn Narcan, okay? You look like you took the back end of a fucking axe and hit it or something. What is wrong with it, Arby sandwich? Not to mention, once she slid her legs up on the seat, the aroma that hit the fucking air in my truck.
Oh, man. Man, like Badussy.
Whenever the smell of that fucking dead possum between her legs hit my nose,
I died twice.
I have never been the same since.
Somebody call Dr. Phil, man. I need a mental evaluation.
It was traumatizing, so there's portions of this that are blocked out. But I'm here to let you know, I did not fornicate with this woman, okay? I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Swear to God, right hand on the Bible. Holy Bible, okay? Right hand. I did not have sex with that woman. But somewhere in there, we end up in the back seat. But I'm not wanting her to be under the impression that we're gonna get down and nasty. So I sit on my side, but I position my body with my legs up on the seat to where she knows I'm not trying to go diving in the swimming pool. I just want to sit over here and whatever you do on your side, I'd do your thing, wrap it up, we gotta go. I got a Pokemon convention to go to. I'm a busy man. So she lets me know that, hey, this is taking long. Apparently I'm the one making it awkward. So I'm the one who brought a fucking dead possum and sweaty titties to the party. I'm the one making it awkward here. Yeah, the audacity of this beach whale. So she tells me directly, this is not going good. She needs to finish. You know what I'm saying. She need to finish, brother. So she tells me, you need to help me in some way or I'm not leaving. And we're a couple miles from her house at a hardware store and pouring down rain. And I'm like, oh, well, fuck. I don't have one of those toys. You know what I'm talking about? I'm like, well, because I didn't want to fucking touch it. So I'm like, I don't even know, man. You should have brought your shit. You the one that came unprepared, dog. Long story short, she turns around, gets between my legs. So, like, we're sitting on the seat. My back is against the door in the window. Her back is to my chest. So, like, we're like, you know what I'm saying. So, I had to do the DJ move on her. And I'm not going to evaluate, okay? I'm not going to elaborate, not evaluate. Ooh, there was too much evaluation going on that day. I'm not going to elaborate, but I had to do the DJ move, okay? I was DJing. Now, with some women, there's some that in 5 minutes you can DJ, and then the song is over, if you know what I mean. And then there's some women, you got to DJ for
9 fucking years
before the song is over. With my luck, it only took her 45 fucking years to finish. And oh my Lord, it was, dude, I must have switched hands for 4 days. I did. I swear I did. Some of my dudes out there watching like, bruh, I know what the fuck you talking about, dog. Bro, my fingers were numb. They were numb. So she's doing the whole breathing thing, which is very weird for me. I got a thing. I don't want to go on my personal stuff. I got a thing with the way women breathe sometimes. I'm
like, don't do that. Don't do that. Please stop fucking doing that right now.
And while I'm over here DJing, she's literally going. Bro, I could have identified as a woman that day. There was nothing between my legs. I was not there mentally, physically. There was nothing of me there. As she starts to get towards the end, she starts to let me know that she's
a bit of a sprayer.
You know what I'm saying? And I just so happen to have a bunch of shirts in my back seats. I was like, whatever you got to do, it's just a mess. I'll clean it up. No big deal. Yeah, I thought that would be the only fucking mess. Dude. So she eventually finishes after 97 years. When she does, she's doing the whole leg shaking thing, and there's a pool of water under her on the seat. Obviously, my hand was down there. I finished spinning the disc, you know what I'm saying? I pulled my hand up, and it was covered
in brown.
Brown.
What could that be, you may ask?
She shit on me. Big titty Becky shit on my hand.
I'm not even shitting you. No pun intended. She shit on my hand and then the seat. Here is what is worse. She didn't even know. She didn't know. So I slide out the back door. I'm like, cool, you're done. Let's finally go home and finish this. As soon as I get out of my truck, it's pouring rain. We're in the parking lot. I take my shit-covered hand and rub it all over the concrete and puddles of water to clean it. She's probably wondering what the fuck I'm doing, but I do not want to let her know that I know. But she didn't know.
Which is good.
So I get back in the truck. Under my fingernails. I know, I'm gonna throw up. I'll be right back. We're good. I'm done.
There was human feces under my fingernails, brother.
Yeah, and I had to drive back, and yeah. She climbs up in the front seat. We go back to her house. I drop her off. She's like, hey, staying in the seat. She would not get out of the truck. It smelled like shit, and she still didn't know. I could not get her out of my truck fast enough, and I wanted to throw up and die of laughter at the same time. So conversating with her about Pokemon movies and other shit while I have shit on my hands and in my back seat was so difficult. She finally got out, but I had to tell her I'd be back, and me and her friends would all go to the movie, and we'd do all this shit together. I had to, make this bullshit-ass agreement with her so that she'd be like, oh, okay, and finally get out of the fucking truck. As soon as she got out and closed the door, I locked my doors, blocked her on Tinder and Instagram while I was in my driveway, and then deleted Tinder before I left the driveway, dude. I got down the road to the gas station, had to go in the fucking bathroom, use an entire thing of soap that any homeless person or somebody else could have used to scrub my hands, and then I had to get gas and call my best friend and be like, dude.
I got some shit to tell you, bro.
That has been 3 years. I have never heard from that girl again. I hope I never have to make eye contact with her ever again for the rest of my life. She probably never knew that she shit herself until she got home and then looked down at her legs and was like,
Oh, I pooped.
hopefully y'all enjoyed this crazy wild ass story. Please leave a like and subscribe. Get new people to the channel. We are 7 subscribers away from gaining 300 subscribers just this week alone. So appreciate y'all. Y'all are the shit. A lot of new people are coming. I ask y'all to please bring more people in, trying to grow the audience. And it gives me motivation to keep making videos when new people are coming in and enjoying the content. So I love y'all. Y'all be safe.
I got a little poopy on there.